From isolation to glory. Witness the journey of the Springboks from '76 to 2000. The stats and the unforgettable moments. This is South African rugby like you've never seen before. Starting with 1976, the early isolation era, the Springboks played just 4 tests, all against the All Blacks, winning the series 3-1. Ian Kirkpatrick was coach, and Morné du Plessis captained the side. In 1977, the Springboks played 3 tests, 1 against a World 15 and 2 against South America, winning all 3. Kirkpatrick remained coach, with du Plessis still as captain. From 78 to 79, sports isolation meant no official tests, with only unofficial matches against touring sides such as the USA Cougars. The Springboks won 6 out of the 7 tests played in 1980, with their only loss being the final test against the British Lions. We also saw a new coach in the form of Nelly Smith, and once again with du Plessis as the captain. The Springboks had a massive 37-15 victory over France that year. In 1981, the contested isolation era, the Springboks played 5 official tests, along with a match against Ireland in South Africa. Under Coach Smith, they only finished with a 60% win rate, led by captain Wynand Klassen. In '82, the Springboks played a total of 2 international test matches, both against the South American Jaguars, only managed to win 1 test. Cecil Moss was the new coach and Klassen still the captain. In the one test where the Boks crushed the Jaguars 50-18, we saw Danny Gilbert scoring a hat-trick of tries. In '83, apartheid boycotts limited the Springboks to only 2 tests, both once again against the South American Jaguars, luckily winning both of them. Cecil Moss was still coach, but Tien Stoffberg took over as captain for the Boks. In 1984, the Springboks played a total of 4 recognized test matches, 2 against England and 2 against the South American Jaguars. The Boks got a 100% record, winning all 4 tests and crushing England 35-9 under Coach Moss and Captain Stoffberg. D. van Serfontein took over as captain when the Boks demolished the Jaguars in 2 tests. Unfortunately, again in 1985, apartheid-related isolation meant the Springboks played no official tests against established international nations. Back again in 1986, the Springboks played 4 rugby test matches against an unofficial New Zealand touring team known as the Cavaliers, winning 3 out of 4 under Coach Moss and Nas Botha captaining all 4 matches. Again between '87 and 1988, no tests. We all know why. The same reasons as '85. In 1989, the Springboks played 2 SARA-recognized tests against a World Invitation 15 for the Rugby Board Centenary, winning both. Cecil Moss was still the coach, with Jannie Breet taking over as captain. In '90 and '91, the Springboks played no official tests again, as international sanctions were still in place, but these years marked the approaching end of isolation. It was a pity that the Boks just missed out on the 1991 Rugby World Cup. With Botha, Danny, and a couple of other good players in the mix with the Boks, I wonder what could have happened if they took part of that one. Let me know in the comments. Now, 1992 was their return from international isolation. The Springboks played a total of 5 official test matches, unfortunately only getting a victory over France. They came close to beating the All Blacks at Ellis Park, and it was a very exciting match with the build-up and fans happy for the Bok return. The coach was John Williams and Botha the captain. With a slight improvement in '93, the Springboks played 7 tests, including a home series against France and tours to Australia and Argentina, winning only 3 out of 7, with their biggest win over Los Pumas. The Boks got a new coach, Ian McIntosh, and Francois Pienaar as captain. Not a great year, but building momentum towards the '95 World Cup. Big wins over England and Argentina with Captain Pienaar and coach Ian McIntosh, and later Kitch Christie. '94 was a transitional year of high-profile tours, following readmission to international rugby, which set the stage for their 1995 Rugby World Cup. 1995 was a historic year for South African rugby. The Springboks won their first Rugby World Cup at home, completing a perfect 10 out of 10 test record. Under Coach Kitch, with Pienaar as captain, they dominated from the opening match against the Wallabies to the final against the All Blacks. The Springboks played 11 test matches in '96, winning 7 and losing 4. This was the start of the Tri-Nations series, where they didn't do as well as everyone expected. André Markgraf took over as coach and Gary Teichmann took over from Pienaar at the end of that year. In '97, the Springboks had another average year, playing 13 tests and winning 8. They faced the British Lions, losing the series 2-1, with Carl du Plessis as coach and Teichmann still the captain. Much better in '98, the Springboks played a total of 12 test matches under coach Nick Mallett, winning 11 out of 12. This was the start of something big, and they also managed to win the Tri-Nations for the first time. They secured a winning streak of 17 tests and Teichmann was still the captain for the Boks. '99 saw the Boks with an average year again, as they only won 8 out of 13 tests. Mallett was still Springbok coach, but Teichmann was dropped as captain just before the '99 World Cup. Van de Westhuizen took over as captain, and Bok fans had high hopes for the Springbok team to defend their World Cup title, but unfortunately got knocked out at the semi-finals. In 2000, the Springboks played 13 tests, winning only 7. It included the incoming tour, Tri-Nations, and end-of-year tour. It was the final year for coach Nick Mallett, with Harry Viljoen taking over later, and André Foss serving as captain for most of the season. That's the journey of the Springboks from '76 to 2000. Which year was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And don't miss part 2, covering 2001 to 2025, where the legacy continues.